everyone. So as promised, I wanted to do an updated craft room tour with all of the milk glass that I've collected over the last couple of weeks, as well as some changes to my craft room with organizing. So let's get started because I have a feeling this might be a long one. Okay, so this is my craft desk, and I'm just going to step back so that you can see what it looks like while I'm scrapping. I stand when I scrap, so there isn't a chair in front of my desk. And so this is actually the height of my desk. It comes about up to, not up to my chest, but just below, right about where my upper part of my torso is. Because I'm not a tall person, so you can see what I have is actually on this side is IKEA bookcases. These were $20 each, and they're 3 shelves, and they actually run the entire depth of my desk. So it's been very helpful to have these in place now. To the right of that is my Clip It Up, one of my Clip It Ups, and then there's actually 3 bookcases that are holding the desk up. There's one on each side, on the left and the right, and then there's one back here, and I will have to pull this piece out. It's on casters. These are some Recollections cubes, and I've had these for a while. I just reconfigured them so that they could hold this little rolling table here underneath the desk, and it has some of my milk glass as well. So I'll pull that out and show you, and then I can show you what's under there too. So let me talk first about what's on my desk, my bookcases. So this is my ATG gun. It sits here just above where my coloring chart is for my Copics, and I also have a color wheel. My husband gave me this. He's had it for a very long time. So this is a color wheel right behind my Copic coloring chart. And what I decided to do is use those 3M hooks that, those tape hooks that you can pull off and move around to hold all of these tools here on the side. So my scoreboard is here, my punch board is here, hot gun, my heat gun, sorry, 2 of my glue guns, and then back there is just a ring of different layout pages, cards. And then as you can see on the left side of my desk, there's all of these bins. These are 2 Recollection carts, again on wheels, so that if I want to reconfigure my room, I can just move stuff around. And there on the side, there's another hook holding this tray here that was in one of these bins, and it has what do you call those? Sequins. So there's sequins all in this little tray. And there's a little brush there. And then I have some of my milk glass right here. So this is some of what I've collected. There's 3 little bowls here. Underneath, they fit right underneath this cake stand, and on top of the cake stand I have a bowl that has more stuff in it. So here's some of the stuff that I have. This is just spools that have lace on them, and then these are some industrial chic baubles. All of my white lace is in this bowl here that's on a pedestal. And there's my Tim Holtz distresser. Here are all my ink pads. Not all my ink pads, I'm sorry. My American Crafts ink pads. My Memento big ink pads. Distress ink pads. And then here are Arts mid-tones. And then some more milk glass down here. And then above that, I have milk glass on the top. So you can see here, and this has more of those industrial chic baubles or Arctic cakes, one of the 2. Some frames, pearl trim, and then the silicone mat there. And then over here, I have more items, some jewelry findings, just bits and pieces of things right here in this milk glass piece. These are little clips from IKEA that I'm going to use for lace to wind it around once I run out of spools. More industrial chic stuff, and then this is appliques in this bowl right back here. So that is milk glass on the desk. Here's all my Copics, and then some distress markers, my Derwent Inktense pencils, and then these are just colored pencils, I believe. Back in here, there's some more milk glass, and these again are more industrial chic things. They're all lidded jars or milk glass pieces. And then as I come across the desk, I kept this bowl on my desk because I was putting stuff in it as I do my hauls, or if I'm working on a project, I just throw it in there, the done pieces, quote unquote. This is my other Clip It Up. It's a standing dual piece. And then underneath this shelf are those little punch bowl cups that I have. And I have 6. And let me just pull these drawers out. I got these drawers and I'm using it to hold those resin pieces that I made, or the melt art pieces. So there's the cups. And inside of each of the cups, these are all flower center pieces up in here. There's some wood veneer that Jamie, Scrap and Stampers, gave me. Thank you, Jamie. So I can use those on a project. You know, it's very quick to get to. There's some of that Tim Holtz film strip canister in there, and I think that one's empty. So these are all handy. They're all right next to me. And then I have some milk glass over here. This has a pack of cookies in them. I have to keep this up high because my dog will get these if I leave these on my desk. So I didn't finish them. They're just sitting on my desk. And it has, I think I showed this before, but it just has some, what do you call them? What's in here? Oh, my Amy Tangerine stamp. And then some, a whole bunch of fortune cookies strips. Okay. And then here's my owl milk glass. And right now the owl is empty. Very sad. I think, oh, there's one more piece on the other side. The swan piece. It has some stick pins that I made. So I'll probably use this owl for the same thing once I make more stick pins. So let me also turn you all around. And I'll do under the desk in a minute, but it'll have to come as a separate clip so that I can show it to you. Over here behind my desk, on the left side of my desk, is a shelf that I have all of my scrap paper on. This is all my scrap. And this is just scrap other stuff, like, I don't know, varied things. But this is all paper in here. And then above that I have the spice jar rack that I got in. And actually I haven't cleaned out the jars yet. I have to do that. I just need to get down to doing it. This cube has a whole bunch of stamps that I have yet to put away. You can see here, and I can just pull it out, get to it. And then here's all my alcohol inks. And then down here is my Mind's Eye envelopes and cards that I purchased from Marshall's. And then above that is another Clip It Up. And these are all my image stamps. Everything's an image, isn't it? Individual stamps for coloring. You can see all my Prima dolls are hanging right here, but there's a whole bunch of saturated canary, all kinds. These are the ones that I color in. The rest of them are stored elsewhere, unless they're in that cube, which I haven't put away. And then there's some more. These are actually cleaned out now. I haven't put the embellishments in them. So I stuck them here for now. More milk glass. And then let me just turn you all and I'll back up. So this is another new thing to my craft room. This is a IKEA bookcase again. And it's I think it was $29.99. But it's got a lot of milk glass on it. As you can see, up here are a whole bunch of standing vases that are made out of milk glass, and it has my spools in them. I'm going to use those for all the lace that I just got in that you saw on my desk. And then this is paper flowers. Large paper flowers are in these big hurricane jars, and they're ordered by colors. See, these are all the white ones, and then there's red, orange, yellow, pink, and there's purple, green, blue in this one. And then this milk glass has little cloth bags for racks and stuff like that. And then this shelf has all milk glass on it, and it has a lot of little bits and baubles. I think my Arctic cakes are in this jar right here. This has a lot of those little bells that I got, jingle bells that I got at the thrift store. More jewelry findings, some rings that I got at the flea market, lace scraps in the back. These are easels, little easels, and then vintage spools. Those little thread spools, not the big ones like that. And then these are all of my dies for my Big Shot. Some things I need to alter, my sewing machine. All of these are dies, like Spellbinders dies and stamps and dies here. And then these are the giant Big Shot Pro dies. And then all of this down in here are flowers. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I get my Wild Orchid Crafts flower order in, but these are all paper flowers down in here, and they're organized by color. So each of the jars contains like purple or blue, and they're sorted by sizes too. The larger flowers are not in these jars because they won't fit. All right, so moving up, I turn the line on for you. Here is the big punch bowl that I got, and it has all the flowers that I've made so far. You can see there. And then if I step back, you can see more milk glass up here underneath my bird cage. On top of my Cricut Imagine, I have another Cricut under here. And I sometimes use my Imagine, but it just depends. I like both of them, but for each their own purposes. So in this stand, this bowl, pedestal bowl, are some trims, eyelash trims, tinsel, other kinds of specialty trims. This has some gold trim in it. There's some flower stamens in here, and in this one, these are all doilies. Okay, so I'm going to pause right now so I can pull out this rolling cart and show you the milk glass that's over here, as well as how I've organized this area under my desk. So stay with me and I'll be right back. Okay, thanks. So I pulled out that middle section. Okay, so you can see in here there's my Diane Reevely stamps as well as my Tim Holtz stamps are in this box right here. And the box underneath just has stuff that I don't use very often. So that's why it's on the bottom. And then this is the rest of my paper collection that doesn't actually fit in the bookcase behind it. Right here. So this is all full of paper. You can see those Cropper Hopper upright caddies. So this is some more milk glass that I have, and I chose to put these pieces here because they're low enough not to hit the top of the desk as it's underneath. And it also keeps some things I want to keep right at my tips of my fingers for crafting large buttons. So this is vintage buttons that are very large. Very interesting buttons in here. Pearl trim, and it's on a Lazy Susan that I got at IKEA. And it fits perfectly on the top of this Recollections bin. So I spin it around. This is all thread for my sewing machine and my glue sticks. And then I have an empty 3-tier milk glass piece here, and this is the flower cardstock pieces I use to glue my petals down to. And then my one lone colored melt art piece. In the center here are some buttons that I got from Peachy Cheap. These are not vintage buttons, but they're nice and bright. So I thought I'd stick them in there and I can dig through them whenever I want something. Okay, so I'm going to turn around, and hopefully I didn't make everybody dizzy. And I'm sorry for the lighting down here, but this is the way I'm going to have to film it. So, directly in front of me, under my desk, towards the back, is a 3-shelf bookcase. And there's my trash can. I sort my trash, so this is trash, this is recyclables, and there's my thing I usually videotape on. It's one of those things for the car on 2 stamp blocks. No kidding. Okay, so these are all of my stamps that I have actually organized away in these, I don't know what you call these. They have Scrappinizer. That's what these are called. And then these are all of my Memento Dewdrops inside of one case, and they're stored upside down. And then these are all my alcohol blending tools in one case. And I made my own. So if anybody ever wants to see that, I can show you. But there's plenty of YouTube videos on how people do this. So in the bookcase to the right, there's 3 shelves as well. And these cases I got from Michael's. And they're in the jewelry section. They had them on sale. Those are all of my metal findings, like metal pieces for Tim Holtz and stuff like that. Some more flower centers, baby wipes. On the second shelf, there is laces all in this basket, and they're on spools. And there is trims in this basket. And those are the pleated trims. Okay, so then on the bottom, I have more punches. These are all my Fiskars punches that are the handheld kind. Well, they're all handheld, right? But the squeeze kind. And then these are more punches that are the, you know, the ones that are the lever kind. And then pictures I need to scrap. And then all of my cards for Project Life cards and stuff like that. And then on the left side of the desk, behind the trash can, sorry, I just opened the lid. These are all of my beads for stick pins. Some of my metal beads as well. And then other stuff like wire. And then on the shelf above that is all my rosette trim. And then let me pull this piece of white down because I usually cover it. And then here are my 6x6 paper pads right up in here. So that is my desk. And I'll just do a quick, I'll step back. And hopefully I'm not making anybody dizzy. So here is my crafting area overview with my milk glass in it. And I've used it all very efficiently. My husband didn't understand that all of this milk glass that I was collecting had to be useful. So, and they're all pieces that I really liked. So, yeah, you can see that I've kind of mixed it in with all of my desk items, and it is put to use. There's my my mobiles that I made, and then over there in the corner, stamps. And then over here, here's the bookcase with more milk glass and dies right in front of my Big Shot Pro. You know, and this dresser here contains a lot of my supplies as well for the Cricut, adhesive, embossing folders and such. And then there's more dies. Those are all movers and shapers dies. They're magnetic, so they stick to that board right there. And then there's a big bookcase or shelves with some of my projects. There is some milk glass up here. There's 3 vases, and I actually intended to glue down some plates to 2 of these vases, but they're not the same color, and it would bug me, so I didn't do it. And then here's my bird cage with some more ribbon, the wider luxe ribbon that you get at Michael's. And then that milk glass I showed. And the only other area of my craft room that I didn't really show, and this is the bookcase that goes underneath, or rolls underneath my desk, is the sprays area. And I haven't changed that at all. There's no milk glass over there. So these are all sprays in here, mists and sprays. So there's Tattered Angels, there's Heidi Swap, there's Mr. Huey's, there's October Afternoon, and then over here, hanging on a clip it up over here, that's a wall-mounted one, are all my stencils. And then I ran out of space, so there's 12 by 12 stencils in this package right here. There's another Cricut back there, by the way. So, when I mist or spray something, I go over there because I have one of those art files. Actually, it's my husband's, and he has his artwork in there. You can see one of his sculptures. Well, this is not one of his sculptures. He got that in art school from a professor. So, and that's where my husband sits when he is on the computer, and then I sit over here opposite. We just have one long desk. And then over here, you can see a rack that I'm putting together. There's my Cameo, because it has to sit next to my computer. So that's my craft area, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And for all my subscribers that are watching this video, thanks for watching and thanks for subscribing. And I hope you enjoyed it. And any new subscribers, I hope you enjoy my channel. I like to do a lot of different things. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.